Young men are frightened of women. They're frightened of the power that women have to accuse them of, you know. So I mean, I think again, at some point, society idealized men and diminished women. It needed to be balanced.
That's not true, and that's not looking at history through an objective lens. And we got to dead this whole guilt trip that men have, that now we have to endure feminism because men of the past were cruel to women. The first thing you should be thinking of is, if men in the past were so cruel to women, how did women get all of the rights that they have today? It's because men gave them to them. The truth of the matter is, especially in America, women were always able to buy property. Women were always able to inherit wealth through their fathers. Women were always able to participate in business endeavors. Women were always in the workforce, whether that be teachers, nannies, nurses, service work. Often, to be honest, a lot of the jobs that they pick now, even with said freedom that they have, women were always doing these things. The only difference is really women prioritize family, and because they prioritize family, they were less likely to go into the workforce. There was a time literally 100 years ago where the average family size was 8 people, 8 children per family, because in this time it was before Social Security happened in the 1950s, and without Social Security, if you got old and you didn't have a bunch of children that could tend to your farm or take care of you, you were doomed. So women prioritized family. That was the only difference. But women could always go into endeavors like business and own land. I guess the only thing you could say is women weren't allowed to own bank accounts, but women were also not allowed to accrue debt. And if women did have debt, the responsibility of that debt would be on their father or on their husband, and they could go to jail if they were unable to pay off the debt that the woman had. So that's not looking at history through an objective lens to say that men were just beating and hitting and dragging and kicking women throughout history. That's not an objective lens. That's a feminist lens, and they use it as propaganda to justify the cruelty that they give to men today. They tell men today that we should suffer